gonna get back into our action here. The second semifinal winner here moves on.
All right, so on our blue side, we have GDADS.
And on your red side, it is the all more famous,
I love the team name.
yeah, it's like, yeah, that's pretty much how I think too, all the time. All right.
So remembering back into first game, they were the second game and they won. I remember the Soraka being a very good player. It was his first game, so he was the player I was talking about who hadn't played League before, and he played support very well, so I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, did very well on the Soraka, actually. I was pretty impressed. He had good silence fields down there, was able to get the Qs off, because he was in that often, actually, when we checked in.
Ulting just at the right time, saving teammates cross-map, definitely something to praise. And then looking over at the other side at GDADS, they were the team that were able to stop the onslaught that was Dr. Mundo and his cleavers.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and look at these bans. We have the Vel'Koz ban coming out. He was pretty on top of the Vel'Koz, the mid lane. Did pretty well. Do have Yasuo locked in right away. And we are looking at a Shyvana as well being hovered. Back to the bans, Vel'Koz, Jhin, Hecarim. Jhin, we haven't seen a Jhin yet, because he's been banned a lot, which is odd. You don't have all the gym mains here, maybe. And on your red side, Darius, Lucian, Sona. Again, the Lucian Sona comp we saw was pretty disgusting. Did really well.
I do notice that Irelia and Zac made it through the ban phase here. Very smart though, because they don't need to ban it against each other, because neither has proven that each could play those champions.
And we also do have the Darius ban as well, so again trying to eliminate that very, very oppressive top as I see your mouth opens up for the Lulu.
I love Lulu. Lulu is my favorite support, and I'm pretty sure Lulu's going support in this game as well. Works so well with the Yasuo because it doesn't matter what teammates you have or what champions you have on your team. Any of them can initiate the Yasuo ult because all Lulu has to do is enlarge you.
Yeah, we also do see the Malphite being hovered. Again, the combos were working last game. They were pretty coordinated. It's going to go through.
Yep.
Nautilus on the other half being locked in. Tristana being hovered. It'd be cool. We haven't seen a Tristana yet. And maybe an Anivia. Anivia, though, did get some nerfs in the patch that went through. It's going to be locked in, so we're going to see our first Anivia of the weekend here. And the hover on that Sivir, which did pretty well. Again, was pretty good for their engage. I'd be very cautious if they went ahead with that Jinx. Again, she can be jumped on easily by Malphite, and it will not be a fun time if that goes through.
I know that Anivia is a champion where if your team goes all in on Anivia's team and you don't catch Anivia, Anivia is able to turn it around on you, especially with that ult with her wall. If she manages to stay alive and dish out the damage, she could be the one that changes the game here.
All right, and we also have that Tristana locked in. So first Tristana of the week as well, getting some new champions. Warwick again being he's back. Maybe let's see if he builds the double machetes again.
All right.
Hopefully we'll complete the item. And Mr. Spooky is going to be on that very spooky Ezreal. So again, we also do see the Soraka coming out yet again.
Soraka's back, baby.
And there we go. So
I actually really like this because Warwick's able, with his ult, he can just jump onto someone, and then suddenly Lulu ults him, and then suddenly Yasuo goes, and then suddenly Malphite goes. It's such a big combo.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how well Red Side plays against Warwick, if they're able to keep their distance. And really, if he gets punished early, if you watched the games before, he was very passive in his jungling, and you could easily go in on an invade. I think that would work really well for their favor, especially when you have a Nautilus as well as an Anivia. Usually you're going to start Q with Anivia in most situations. You're going to have a snare into a stun if you went for that. Again, you have a pretty safe range on Tristana. She should be able to keep her distance. Again, though, Ezreal does have that long-range Q.
I do know that looking at some of the games, sometimes the wave manipulation isn't always there. So it's pretty good that Tristana is up there. She's able to push in pretty quickly. Anivia can help clear waves, so that'll help. That'll definitely help Red Team out.
Yeah, and another thing is, most likely, if Malphite builds the way he did before, he did go more tanky. And if that's the case, there isn't a lot of AP damage coming out for blue side at the moment, and that can really hurt them, depending on how well that goes. Again, Ezreal does some mixed damage, but again, it's not a whole bunch to add to the combo when you're running Yasuo, him, Warwick as well. And it's a utility Lulu. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage.
If we also remember how GDADS was able to achieve their victory, they were able to get a lead very, very soon. And they were able to put all of that on their Yasuo, I believe, is who they had.
Yeah.
And if they're able to run away with that really quickly, then they could bypass the one type of damage that they do have.
Yeah, if they're looking to make this game quick, it won't be too fun if this goes late game. Again, Yasuo being a monster late game, he does slightly fall off if he doesn't get all the people in his combo, and that can really affect the game. Though Anivia, once she gets ramped up with that ultimate, if you fight for a long period of time, which Yasuo, he stays in one place for his ult. It's about a 1.5 second cast time animation, so he will be stuck there, and Anivia should be able to get a lot of damage onto him if he doesn't put out the wind wall before he goes in.
I also think it's really interesting that you're saying how Anivia is such a late game champion, because she is, and also Team was the one that came victorious in the 1 hour game, the longest game we've had, and they're going for such a late game comp, whereas GDADS had the fastest game that we've had, and that's how they want to win here, making sure Yasuo comes in and carries them to victory as fast as possible. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, again, you can really stall out a game here with Tristana and Anivia once you hit that level 6, and once you get a couple points into your explosive charge on Tristana. It'll be interesting to see if we have a Mountain Drake. If we have a Mountain Drake right off the bat, I think it is imperative that blue side gets it. If they don't, they're in a real bad situation when Tristana gets anywhere close to towers.
And if we're going through the law of statistics, hopefully we'll see those Mountain Drakes. But other than the Mountain Drakes, there's also the Cloud Drakes that we haven't been seeing. And if blue team is able to grab that extra movement speed, they're going to be able to grab those picks. They're going to be able to initiate the team fights exactly how they want them.
Another thing would be interesting to see is how well this turns out for them, because they played it late, but they also got a lead very early and let it slip away to the point where they almost lost in a couple pushes. So they got to be careful. As we're going to go ahead and switch into our loading screen here. Again, I'm interested to see how this plays out. GDADS, they kind of had a little bit more easier opponents that we saw. Again, there were a lot of misplays by the other team, so hopefully against where we saw some decent plays come out of them often, it'll translate into I guess it'd be interesting to see how well GDADS fares.
No, definitely. This is, I think, for me, the most anticipated game of the day. After seeing how all the teams played each other, I think, having the team that played the longest game and having the team that played the shortest game, this is the perfect match to see who is the better one.
All right, here we go. Let's go into the game. GDADS on your left and on the red side. Here we go. Let's see how these guys play it out. As we go in here, again, I see the amulet going again. So again, going to go for that more aggressive, engage style comp. Doesn't have the Sivir with them though. So again, it's still nice to go for that. Yeah,
they're gonna definitely want to rely on the Soraka here. And you know what? If they need to run away from the Malphite because they can't be caught again, if they do, that's
30 seconds.
If they lose a member, they lose a lot in their team fight. So yeah, having the Soraka there, hopefully speeding them away, will help them out.
All right, so here we go. Nothing too extreme happening right here, right now. Again, pretty basic at the moment.
Yasuo again coming in to ward that red buff in the top side jungle.
Our camera is really fixated on this bush. It really likes this bush.
Oh yeah.
Minions has spawned.
That's my favorite Lulu skin.
Again, pretty standard starts here.
Yeah, they're just basically waiting for something to happen here.
That directed camera just really likes Ezreal's dance moves. It has decided Ezreal will be the center of attention this game.
Alright, so I'm looking at the Shyvana again, and she does not have flash once more. She's opting to go with the exhaust instead. It did serve her well in the other game.
It did. And again, a double exhaust comp against this. You're exhausting the Yasuo, you exhaust the Ezreal, and it's going to really screw up your damage output already when you have a mainly AD-focused comp.
That is true, yeah. So let's see how Shyvana can put that to good use.
Again, you do have a pretty good poke lane here in the bot lane, so hopefully Soraka is going to be able to regen Tristana. Again, the Qs coming out from both Lulu and Ezreal are going to hurt pretty good there. And meanwhile, in the top lane, the ridiculous damage of Nautilus.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Are they both running Grasp? I think I definitely saw one of them, but I'm not sure about the other one.
Most likely we'll have Grasp on both of them. Here we go, some trading happening. Lulu on the bad side. Again, another explosive charge. Tristana's got to be careful with that mana. Because if you have a Tristana that's manaless, it really hurts your pushing power, and she can't do a whole lot. Nice combo coming out of Ezreal, getting some damage off.
So yeah, just looking at it now, it's pretty much even here. Nautilus pushing in a little bit more than the Malphite. But the junglers are about an even pace. Mid laners are doing pretty good. Waiting for these team fights basically to happen.
Yeah, pretty much at this point. We do see Anivia. She went really safe in mid lane, which I find can really hurt her a bit. She doesn't have any kind of mana gen. She's being pretty good with her mana at the moment. Not going for again, the mana crystal rush into a tier that a lot of Anivias like to do, but not even going Doran's Wing, going that cloth armor to really try and survive against Yasuo. Again, I think she thinks it's a real good threat, which he was in the last game, so it's safe to say that.
Yeah.
Nice Lulu Q there, getting both of them.
Yeah, definitely a lot of respect there showing to the Yasuo, and for good reason. Look at that. Yeah,
again, going in again. Again, explosive charge going to tick down. Going to get a little bit of damage. Shield, though, absorbs it pretty good. As we have Warwick versus Shyvana, and Warwick, he doesn't have his buff still.
Does he have Smite, though?
He does
Okay,
have
doesn't
Smite.
matter.
Does get level 3. How did he get level 3 with not taking a camp?
Oh, he was able to go grab the other camp from the top.
Okay, so he went up. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, explosive charge is going to go all the way. Tristana, Mr. Spooky, is
Get a flash.
just going to survive. Again, keeping that flash, knowing the damage output of Tristana.
Yep. All summoner spells are retained.
Everything, yeah, and that's kind of the good. That's the nice thing when it comes out to something like that. If you're getting so close to death, it's really nice. Meanwhile, in that mid lane, Shyvana is going to show herself. Does pop it. Again, she is going a little aggressive. Gets that red buff onto Yasuo. Nothing going to come out of it, though.
Looking at the dragon, I noticed that it is a ocean drake.
Ocean drake,
All right, we're
okay.
gonna continue the trend here.
I still think for blue side, big amount of damage. Here comes the ignite from Anivia, going with a flash, but the wind wall stops it. Unfortunate there. That's why it's really hard to follow up on Yasuo if you have to use a skill shot and he hasn't used that wind wall. It's almost guaranteed you're not going to get the kill.
Warwick also just shows up and yells presence and just make sure Anivia wants to back away.
Again, Tristana pushing in that wave. That's what you need to do against Ezreal. Try and make him force underneath that tower. It can really screw up his CS, but again, they're doing pretty good for him and still has a nice lead there. Immediately off the top of my head, Soraka again managing it pretty well. There hasn't been too much damage through the poke coming at them, so she's been doing a really good job there.
Lots of ward coverage here by the red side. I'm not seeing any
Anivia
blues.
getting jumped on by Yasuo. Fortunately, Yasuo did not jump to a minion. He could have went through that and onto Anivia, get some more trades in. Again, that's the big thing about Yasuo, is trying to maximize the amount of trades you can get when you're going in and out of waves like that.
Because you put yourself at a lot of vulnerability.
A lot of risk. If Shyvana is anywhere close and happens to have a red buff, no longer will. Again, good timing for him. But it can hurt. It can cost you a lot, and you don't want to end up having to go back when you don't need to.
Oh yeah.
All right, so again, Tristana pushing in the wave, getting that CS kind of back into her favor. She's getting closer to equalizing it. Ezreal with the mana crystal and the tier, so looking to really spam spells. Anivia as well, holding her ground, keeping that CS. Again, Anivia's not too fun to CS with in the early levels. Once you get level 6, then it's free farm everywhere.
Yeah, she just hasn't had a chance to back yet at this point. Shyvana is actually a lot ahead in terms of farm here, ahead of Warwick. So let's see what happens when she does show herself. There's going to be a pink ward in that bush, so it's going to be the second time she's spotted out for a gank in mid lane, if she does see it.
I think she is. She doesn't. She doesn't go for it. I guess she is going to start now. Yasuo does not have ult, unfortunately, so he's not able to do a whole lot. Shyvana does have ult, and so does Anivia. Again, though, it's you gotta force that wind wall out of them early. And as we're seeing now, again, Ezreal picked up a lot of the farm that went into the turret there. Again, keeping up with about.
Uh-oh, Shyvana looks like she's gonna get caught out here.
She's looking around. She does have the ultimate to try and escape. She's going. Oh, the ward spotted her out. That's the smart.
Be careful.
Good job. She's able to get it. She's going to jump over the wall, and there is Yasuo. She still has exhaust. Yasuo doesn't have level 6 yet.
Okay.
But Ezreal with the chase, able to, gonna get a flash out of it. He's probably gonna go down there. She gets out. Meanwhile, Lulu, not a good spot. First blood goes over to Tristana.
Wow.
And Shyvana ends up living on the other half of the map.
Oh no.
So unfortunate turn of events there for blue side. And making the first strike on the board with a nice $1,200 gold lead.
They did a very good job responding to the distress that Shyvana was in, and they were able to get a kill out of it on the turnaround, catching Lulu in a bad spot. Yeah, both Yasuo and Ezreal were too fast, and Lulu was straggling behind, so she was perfect target for the bottom lane of
And that really helps out Tristana, gets her that nice gold. Again, she's one of those ADCs that she takes a while to rail up. She does have a nice kind of early mid spike once you get one item in there. The exposure charge really hurts if you get it off. And her pushing power will be really good once she starts getting some attack speed into that build. Again, going looks like to be an Infinity Edge route. Again, I kind of prefer to try and get at least a BF and then build into your Runans.
Oh yeah.
With a lot of the ADCs that are kind of more your long range attackers. Again, Tristana is running Bloodlords, so she has a lot of sustain with Soraka.
I mean, that is a lot of sustain.
That's more than enough sustain.
And if they grab that Ocean Drake, that's even more. So
that's going to be more. Again, you can see the pushing power now starting to come out from her. Again, Soraka kind of took a punch there. That's probably the most gold she'll get from a Q.
Those were very nice, what was it, dodges there by Tristana. Dodging all of the slows by Lulu. And Shyvana looks like she's been taking that dragon here for quite a while.
Yeah, so they are working on it slowly. Again, red side starting to kind of make their way over. Tristana gonna jump on in, forces the arcane shift from Ezreal. She's caught in a bad spot right now. A lot of damage coming down, the heal's coming out. Soraka able to keep her alive.
Very nice play by Soraka, helping her teammate live.
And Water Drake goes over into the end. Shyvana gonna ult in onto Ezreal. He should have an arcane shift available. She's gotta be careful. He goes in, but a lot of damage coming out. Can Tristana get it? She dodges the Q, and that's a nice spell. Let's see what they can do. Again, here comes Nautilus. That TP came in, and that's a kill going over to Tristana and Nautilus. I didn't even see that on the map.
Out of nowhere, Nautilus shows up and finishes them.
And that's a great TP when you can get that. She's also going to get a blue buff. She's going to be able to push in Ezreal a bunch and hopefully get some turret damage. Meanwhile, Anivia starting to farm up with that ultimate. So doing good there. Made a pretty good situation out of it in the end.
Yeah, Malphite's not going to be able to take much advantage here because he backs as well. So him and Nautilus are going to get back to their lanes at about the same time here. So nothing much lost there for Nautilus's TP.
And Anivia doing a pretty good job here. Yasuo went back before he could complete the entire Zeal item. Didn't even get boots, so that's kind of an ineffective back right now. Well, let's see what he's able to make happen with it. Again, Anivia with that Ignite. Not even going like a barrier or anything. Really trying to go aggressive when she can. Again, you see the little specks of ice. Jeez.
I mean, at this point,
actually, I think it's black glass Anivia, so I guess I'm right. I'm technically right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's black ice.
All right, so Pink Ward's gonna spot out Warwick here. Anivia's pretty safe anyway. But yeah, you're right. This is where she's gonna have free farm for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and actually that Sheen got completed by Ezreal, so he's going to start doing some decent damage with those Qs if they land. Again, Tristana going a little aggressive here. Gets shifted. Let's see what happens. Big amount of damage. G goes down. Israel not able to do anything. Meanwhile, over here, Warwick trying to make something happen. Nice wall comes out, not able to connect. And they might be able to chase him down at the moment. Again, Nautilus
available.
Yeah, Nautilus trying to make it happen. Malphite able to ult. Maybe should have waited just a little longer for them to get underneath tower. And this isn't a good spot right now. It depends. Will try and commit? They look like they're just going to back off.
Yep, just going to disengage there, and Yasuo was able to push his minions through the turret. He's waiting for someone to appear there before he wants to show up.
All right, Anivia though, Shyvana though, on the way out, going to pick up that blue buff.
So yeah, still very good rotations there for Team
All right, so let's see what they can make happen here. Again, Yasuo is a little pushed up here. Anivia does not have, I don't think she has enough Fear of your Dragon Descent already. Let's see. She's there. She's thinking about it. Gets spotted out though.
So Yasuo does make it back to safety. Shyvana just readjusting here. Maybe she can grab something. Nope, she was spotted out there.
Now a nice amount of damage going through there by Anivia. Again, up in this top lane, I haven't noticed this until recently. Now, Anivia trying to trade back here.
Alright, so Shyvana once again steals that red buff from GDADS.
Able to get the buffs away, which is pretty good. Now, one thing though, Tristana 3-0-1 has that BF sword, has the Berserker Greaves, can start really applying the stacks onto the explosive charge.
And if you look top lane as well, there's a pretty big CS differential there.
Yeah, you're looking at about a 35 CS lead for Nautilus right now. Again, getting poked out by the Q there. Fortunately, Soraka being spot out there by the ward.
Yeah, she dodges all those abilities, so she's good with her health. Able to share it with her teammates.
All right, here we go. Red side. Again, still has that nice gold lead. But you haven't seen a lot of jungle pressure come out from Warwick. He is going that Blood Razor, so he's going to be actually pretty... He's not going to be too tanky. And how I've been seeing a lot of Warwick actually be played when I do see him is him being more of a disruptor tank. So waiting for the CC to be used and then jumping onto a carry so they can't fight back and they get bursted down by his team. It's more of a utility style build.
Yeah.
He is going pretty aggressive though.
Yeah, let's see how that turns out for them because yeah, Shyvana's also building pretty aggressively as well.
Yeah, Shyvana getting that Cutlass ready. Again, we did see her do a lot of damage though in the game, last game. She was getting a nice big chunks with her double proc.
So much so that we thought she had a proto belt.
Yeah, well, that's the skin.
Yeah.
That's truth with ya. Ward gonna be cleared out by Anivia. Here we go, aggressive flash comes out by... Ooh, big chunk comes out from the explosive charge. Meanwhile, Warwick getting caught out. Nautilus gonna ult that in. Again, that's gonna be a kill over to Shyvana.
Yeah, that looked like deja vu of the last play there. Once the bot lane started fighting, Warwick would get caught out in the river. This time, Warwick died.
Yeah, so not looking too well right now. Again, blue side has to be pretty careful. All right. Now,
Yasuo coming down to the bottom lane here, but he does get spotted out, so bottom lane of is going to back on now.
yeah, smart plays. Again, they got a lot of vision. Mountain Drake is up now, so it might be something to consider if you can try and get a push in here. Again, Tristana goes in aggressive, gets the ult off. Maybe misclicked there with the explosive charge, not able to add it on to him before he went away.
But that does mean pressure on the dragon. Shyvana looks like she's in that pit. Hasn't started yet.
Soraka's got to be careful here. Again, Wind Wall does come out. Again, aggressive flash comes out. What's he going to be able to do? He's going to survive there with the heal. Forced to blow it.
Teleport coming down from Malphite.
Malphite teleporting down, but Shyvana is still on the Drake.
Yeah.
And she's been on there for almost a solid 30, 40 seconds. It's going to go down here, and Malphite isn't making anything happen.
Yeah, actually, Team Mom can just back away here and let Nautilus push in. This is free tower damage.
And a free Dragon the way it's going.
Yeah, they're not even checking it.
And Shyvana should be able to clear that out. That's a very long Dragon. There it is.
There we go, we got him.
So that should really help the pushing power here of Tristana. Honestly, if she gets an explosive charge onto the tower and autos it once, you're going to chunk the tower. And if you keep doing that once a wave or so, I think she should have stayed around. You could have just taken that tower. But they're going to leave it off. They're not going to get the first blood tower yet. Nautilus, though, trying to make something happen. Malphite going to respawn up there, going to walk up.
So I remember when that Malphite was against the Dr. Mundo, and they both had their cosplays going on now.
Yeah.
Looks like he won the costume contest.
Actually seen a couple of decent costumes now as the days gone by. Seen a couple. There was a nice X-Men one that we saw during a break, and it was very well done. I loved it.
I love
He
seeing
seriously looked like the character. Like, it was pretty spot on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Meanwhile here, Anivia versus Yasuo. Anivia kind of falling behind in farm. She has roamed a little bit, and I think a lot of that farm was lost early. Yasuo does have the makings of that static shiv almost ready to go. BF sword on top of it, so he's going to be able to do some decent damage when it comes to these mid-game fights. A lot of damage coming out from Anivia. That combo with the Thunderlords is just devastating once it starts getting going. And again, Tristana playing aggressive. He's got that Water Drake on top of it.
I'm always ready to watch her just jump in. Like, that's just her play, you know? She's so aggressive.
She jumps in and then ults him away with the explosive charge, and usually that's almost half his health.
Yeah. And she doesn't really get punished for it, because even if she does get damage on her, Soraka just takes it back.
So right now, again, Ezreal, though, keeping up in farm. He's been doing good with the farm, and they've been clearing the waves. Like, Lulu's been using a lot to try and clear that out. It's gonna be interesting. We're actually in for a very long lane phase, the way it's been going here. Nothing has really opened up on the map. Warwick, again, we haven't seen much of him. He's been kind of farming in that jungle, and again, without that ult to help his team out, it does really hurt them after a little while. So Tristana gonna get that explosive charge. He is getting some damage here. Gotta be careful. Again, Soraka gonna flash in, gets the silence field down. A lot of damage. There it is. Gonna get the reset. Here she goes under the tower. Just gonna survive with a dangerous game.
Wow, very good play there. Soraka being able to heal her enough to survive all the turret shots that she was taking. Very good.
Good job on her. 5-0-1. 7-1, in the lead by almost 4K now. Let's see what they can make of it. Rift Herald is going to go off the map here quite shortly, and Baron will be up.
I feel like the longer that this laning phase goes, the stronger Tristana's going to become.
Yeah, you're not killing her at this point. And that's kind of where Tristana, even if you fight her now, it's not going to work out in your favor too good.
And she's going to hang out with Soraka the whole time too, so
yeah.
I mean, that's a lot you have to go through.
A lot indeed. Yasuo finds that blue trinket. Again, Anivia's been very quiet right now. Just kind of farming it up, getting the Roa going, trying to get those stacks as well as the tier. So you're going to double very, very heavy mana build. It will add up though in the end. It does really well.
I'm definitely anticipating the first big team fight that's going to happen here. Because even if you are behind, the big wombo combo of blue team can still do a lot.
Yeah, but they need to group up for it. And red side, they're just playing this standard lanes pretty fair. Again, Tristana gonna go on in, tries to go in. Shyvana also ults. Exhaust goes on. They're gonna focus onto the Lulu. She's gonna go down. Soraka picks up the kill. Again, Tristana able to get that damage off.
Yeah, squishy enough for them to take. Fast enough for them to get away.
And again, she already has a decent amount. Here's that explosive charge we're talking about. Big chunk going down. That's going to be the first tower going on over to
21 minutes in, first tower goal.
There we go. So 300 on all the members down there. It's going to be a nice influx of gold.
Ezreal's doing a pretty good job, though, staying on par with the Tristana in terms of farm. They're about to get even here.
Oh, and here's a gank coming into the mid lane right now. 4 members of Red. Nautilus is tanking the tower. Good job on him. Looks like there was a slight mix-up. Maybe Shyvana was watching the fight in mid lane, but it doesn't matter. 2 towers now for Red side, and they're really starting to open up the map a bit, which I think they need to do.
All right, so ping is going on to Ezreal here.
As well,
He's not going to see it till it's too late.
There is a Cloud Drake as well. I don't know. There is a Cloud Drake, so you're going to see them move around the map. He's in a really bad spot. He does have flash.
No Nautilus ult as well.
Here we go. He's going to just try and burst down Tristana, trying to get out there. He's not going to make it. Wish is able to come through.
I loved how the Anivia wall blocked Nautilus's Q.
Yeah.
That almost helped him get away.
No, that's a really tough space to get out. Even as Ezreal, even with flash, you're just going to get run down.
Yeah. You almost have to go through the turret at that point. Lead them on a merry chase.
Yeah, try and at least delay them a bit and try and get your team to make plays happen on the other side of the mat. We do see a Wit's End starting to be built, I believe, for Warwick. I think that's what the Recurve and Cutlass builds into, if I recall correctly. Again, I don't use the items enough to really remember them like those guys, like those odd items. Again, Tristana going to get a lot of damage on that turret. Big amount comes out.
And yep, they're backing up just in time for this Cloud Drake to come up. Shyvana's heading there already. Yasuo has disappeared from the eyes of Red Team, so they can't really go into this that confident.
I think the biggest thing right now is who's ever going to have the more effective TP when it comes to Malphite. And Anivia, of course, 2 flash. Wall is able to block that one.
I mean, all Team has to do is just delay here and let Nautilus grab that turret.
Yeah, it's going to really end up helping them. Again, they should be able to pick this up. The very slow attack speed. One more. There he is.
There we go. All right, so they're just extending this gold lead up. 7k gold for Team
All right, Shyvana in that mid lane trying to push it up a little. Again, the patience from Anivia and them, they haven't been really trying to force anything. They've just been farming it out. And again, you go to late game, big amount from the static proc. Again, ult does get blocked by the wind wall. That might be a saving grace for him if that wind wall can be effective enough to block the Anivia spike as well as Tristana's damage.
All right, so now we're looking at what might be the first big team fight here.
They're grouping up around this. Red side wants this dragon, and you know, they did go ahead and take a lot of dragons in that last match where they were gone out. I think it was 2 Elder Drakes and 2 Barons in total. So they're not afraid to go ahead and start ramping this up. So that's going to be 3rd Drake.
They just ripped that dragon apart. There's definitely no way that blue team can go grab that.
Yeah, once you have that Mountain Drake, it makes doing neutral objectives so much easier.
And
Yasuo going aggressive, not able to connect on anything, and he's going to have explosive charge on top of that.
That's a TP used by Nautilus. Or not, yeah, Nautilus.
Nautilus going over. It looks like they're just going to go ahead and back off.
Yep. Shyvana was trying to flank around, but she was spotted out, so she's just going to go grab that red buff, see if she can get away.
All right, Anivia again.
She found everyone.
Finds everyone, gets oddly jumped up there.
Very CC'd.
Yeah, CC'd with that Warwick, and blue side able to get a pick. And that's kind of what they need to punish. They need to punish those invades by Shyvana, because she has gone in on multiple occasions and stealing the jungle.
Yeah, if she does not get punished for it, she gets away with red buffs, blue buffs, and that's not something you want to give up.
Free gold that Warwick could have. Warwick right now, he's over at the blue buff. He might want to try and join his team. Nice stun coming out there. Not able to finish him off. Windwall is able to come out.
Tristana did back away.
Yeah, so again, the heal was used. Now on the back foot is blue side, and even then, that's a 3v4 at the moment. Shyvana and Nautilus aren't anywhere near that right now, and they're still able to pressure so hard.
Oh, here's something. Okay.
Again, Yasuo.
I think the game at this point is to avoid Yasuo as much as possible, especially.
And they've been doing a good job of it. Yasuo hasn't been involved with a whole lot. A lot of the action happened down in bot lane, and they really prioritize getting Tristana ahead, which really benefits them.
I mean, she's so ahead right now. 702, got a static shift. She's already got the Infinity Edge. It's going to be very tough. They definitely want to shut her down.
All right, so going to be clearing out that Raptor camp. Nautilus not able to connect there. Again, Executioner's Calling does come out for Ezreal. So again, he's trying to build in against that Soraka. Again, try and limit that. Meanwhile, in bot lane, again, this is the thing about Tristana. She can kite you away pretty easily. Again, Warwick is actually pretty farmed up. 96 farm compared to Shyvana, though.
Yeah.
Shyvana's been farming like heck.
Yeah, but Warwick hasn't been doing nothing this whole time. He's, definitely been trying to farm out, help his team out when the team fight comes, but right now he's forced to defend against the Tristana push, and Shyvana's
And Nivea able to get that big burst off. Ezreal able to get out of there. Malphite gonna run into Shyvana right now. Shyvana should be able to with that exhaust, but here comes the rest of the team.
So
and they're able to get him off. Again, Warwick takes a lot of damage from Tristana. Tristana trying to pressure this bot turret and try and push it on toward the base.
Alright, so Shyvana makes it back to the back line of her teammates. Everyone's able to disengage, but it looks like something might happen here in the jungle.
Alright, Nautilus gets caught out by that, but Nautilus wants something there, hits the wall. Unfortunate there. Should be able to clean up with the flash there. Tristana 8-0-2.
And she's drawing even more pressure towards herself, so now her teammates in the mid lane can push. They're actually going to back out, see if they can help out Tristana.
All right, here we go. Soraka flashing in there. Big fight heading right now. Nice silence field going down, but Tristana is just getting grouped up on a pod.
Oh, no.
She's gonna go down, and this isn't looking too good for Red Side. They might have bit off more than they can chew, and here comes the chase. Again, Soraka trying the best. She's going to get ulted by Yasuo, and that's going to be a 3-0. Shyvana now coming in. They're going in one at a time. They're giving back this game. Not a good play there by Red Side.
Yeah, that started off really great. Yasuo was able to get a lot of major damage on the Tristana, and by pushing her out, the rest of Tristana's teammates aren't as fed as her, so they're able to be taken down pretty easily. And just like you said,
Actually,
a lot of team members were going in one at a time.
Yeah, and actually going to pressure this Baron right now. They'll be able to take this really fast, and Nivea is still in mid lane. Again, we haven't seen Nivea in these team fights, though, and I think that's one of the biggest things is she needs to group up with her team. Smite went down very early, and that's unfortunate. No one had a ward there, which is too bad. If you had a ward there, that would have been an easy steal.
Yeah, they almost had no idea there until the very end when they were like, where is everyone?
So first Baron of the match going over to GDADS.
But the push is going towards them, so let's see how GDADS deals with this push.
All right, so Tristana going to get a lot of damage there. Onto the turret, take some aggro, do the explosive charge, hitting Ezreal off the tower. Dragon is coming up in 40 seconds.
Yeah, we're reaching the 30-minute mark here. It's 7-11. It's a 5K gold lead for Team and I'd say things are still pretty even.
It's pretty even with that Baron, as long as they have Baron. Once Baron goes off, though, they're going to have some trouble. And again, you're standing in that Nivea Storm right now. It does a lot of damage. Also, Roa finally stacked up to 10. Has that Archangel staff ready to go. It's going to hurt a lot here.
Dragon's coming up in about 10 seconds here, so maybe they could force a fight around that if they don't start fighting under this mid tower.
We also have a Banshee field already built up for Tristana, so trying to avoid getting, again, caught out by an ultimate that's being used improperly. Again, Shyvana has taken some damage here. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, no, definitely Banshee's a very good investment for the Tristana. She doesn't want to get knocked up at all by the Yasuo, if she can help it.
All right, Shyvana going on to Warwick. Warwick, though, is going to ult Shyvana going down, and this is the power of Warwick over time. He might not be able to do it.
Wow, what a save by Nautilus there.
Nautilus able to help out his teammate. Again, Red Side stays alive here, and if we do anything like how we saw Shyvana build last game, again, Soraka taking a lot of damage there from the Arcane Barrage. Oh, geez,
Yes.
I almost forgot that.
That's okay.
See, this is what happens when you do this all day. You slowly start to deteriorate in knowing your knowledge of the game. Again, Tristana taking some damage there. Nautilus going to eat up the poke. And again, they're going to keep trying to push this in. Baron buff has about a minute or so left on it.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push here. So at least they're able to get their first tower with that Baron buff.
All right. And also, Water Drake has spawned. Now, this is something for GDADS to consider. They should really consider, and there's a ping already from red side. They want to get this Drake. They want to stack it up so that they can take Elder, and it does a lot more for them.
Oh yeah, not only that, the regen that their team has will only be supplemented by this. I think this is their second Ocean Dragon.
Yeah, it'll be their second Ocean Drake, one Cloud Drake, and one Mountain. So they have a lot of nice stats to add on top of being already very sustained base. They'll be able to pretty much do well. Again, Nautilus, dangerous spot to TP in. Again, he can't really clear those minions, but they do get the Water Drake.
So I guess that's a good trade there. But yeah, most of the team members for GDADS is up on the top lane. Hopefully they can grab this killer kill.
Honestly, if Nautilus can just keep this, well, it's kind of an awkward situation right now. With those Baron buff minions, they can push hard. Yasuo going to ult and pick him up.
Yeah, now Anivia's in danger.
Anivia coming up, but it's too late. They have a massive minion wave, and with Baron buff, it is about to expire. That is the silver lining. It goes away, so Anivia should be able to clear things up really easily and stop it from hitting the base.
Yeah, here we see Tristana and Soraka. They were forced to back here because the enhanced recalls by the Baron buff could mean that they could be stopped in a base race.
Big amount of damage coming out from Tristana. Meanwhile, in that mid lane, ult for ult with Warwick. Shyvana, Warwick forced a flash, being on the safe end right now, and there is a decent wave starting to pile up for that bot wave.
Shyvana's headed there right now.
Honestly, if they can keep some backs from happening, they might be in a good spot.
Actually, Shyvana's back in her own hunting ground. She's grabbing that red buff from Warwick.
And heal comes out by Tristana. Here comes another flash from Soraka. Again, trying to make it happen. Again, Lulu trying to draw some attention, but once that rocket jump is available, here we go. Yasuo now on top of her. She's got to be careful. She's going to go down here. Meanwhile, Soraka trying her best. Again, the ult comes out from Lulu. That's going to be another kill. And red side, they did what they did in the last game. They get an advantage, but they don't try and close on it, and it's starting to really hurt them.
Yeah, Ezreal ramping up, Yasuo definitely ramping up. He was able to catch Tristana by surprise and burst her down before she was able to do any meaningful damage to the rest of his team. So yeah, very well done by team GDADS.
All right, so here we go. Blue side going to try and clear up that mid wave. Again, now we're starting to see the map open up a lot. Again, there's no turrets up in top lane for red side. They still have their bot tower, which I think they can easily use in a very efficient way. You can maybe get that void portal down, a ZZ Raw portal. I don't know who built it last game. I don't think they did.
It was definitely, yeah, the team that Team was against.
Again, though, you can easily use that for a pushing advantage. Now Shyvana, again, she might be caught out here. She's got to be careful. She doesn't have ult, and that Iceborne Gauntlet is able to slow very well.
Unfortunately, not fast enough there.
Here comes Nautilus. Maybe trying to think of something. Honestly, if red side just groups up right now, I think they have a much better chance.
Especially with Warwick up there in the top lane, they know that they can make a 4v5 happen. Warwick, yeah, being the jungler, not having a TP, so let's see what happens.
Again, Malphite looking to maybe get that combo off. Let's see how well they go.
I actually don't want to fight here as blue team. If you do catch up to them, it can easily be turned around on you, especially because Warwick's not there with you.
Yeah. Fortunately, Anivia not able to get the combo down correctly is only going to do a little bit of damage to Ezreal. Again, though, it's another farm game, and what's going to end up happening is you're going to have it. Now, again, a lot of stuff happening. It's a 5v4. Warwick is starting to join his team.
Yep, now it's a 5v5.
Shyvana, good job on dodging the tornado coming out of Yasuo. If she got caught, that might have been really not good for her team. So honestly, all it takes is one CC knockup for your red side to try and go in and save her, and that's when Malphite wants to engage.
Let's see if they can pull that off here. They definitely want to do something against this red team.
Again, A lot of damage coming out. Here comes big ultimate. Comes out from Yasuo. No one dies yet. Wish comes out, but Woodside not looking too well. A kill goes over to Anivia, but for that, it's going to cost them. She goes into egg form. That's her first death of the game. A 4-for-1. Nice combo coming out of Malphite and Yasuo.
And now they're going to take this. They're going to push straight down mid lane. Soraka can't do very much against this push.
Again, this is not where they want to be at the moment. And they've tied the gold. That was 5,000 gold shifted over to their side. And now they take advantage.
Yep, this
and
is
they'll
their
be
first
an
lead.
in-him.
They're going to take their first lead here. Yeah, they're going to grab that in him. And with 17 seconds left on the next members of Team to come up and defend, this
They're
could
going
mean something.
pretty aggressive right now. They're trying to take Nexus towers.
Soraka has to stop them.
Here comes Soraka. It gets blocked. That's one Nexus tower going down.
3 seconds.
They're trying to make it happen. Silence comes out. And again, Warwick forced to back off. No tank. Here comes red team, though. Here they come.
Okay.
I'm trying to make something happen. Again, the overextension there, it's not going to cost them. So they're able to take exactly as much as they can.
And Malphite's able to come back in time just to grab that bottom wave there. Top wave is pushing very hard for GDADS, so oh my goodness, a lot gained for that push.
Now Baron is alive. Now it's kind of a tough choice. What do you go for? Do you go for that Baron or do you go for that Elder Drake? With 4 stacks, I think it'd be worth more.
Yeah, I think that would be a good trade there if Team decides just to trade away Baron for the Elder Dragon.
Again, they do have some pushing power, but with that overall burn, especially with Anivia, she'll be able to wave clear really easily.
Yeah, same with Tristana.
And red
So much
side,
damage.
they're not really doing anything right now. They're kind of just stuck in that mid lane. They need to take an action here.
I mean, at this point, they didn't really know where blue team went, so they kind of just don't want to get caught out again. But yeah, Dragon's about to come up in about 10 seconds. Baron is live. What are we going to be looking at here?
All right, here we go. Yasuo going on to Shyvana. Shyvana forced to use that exhaust. See what they can make out. Again, winner of this game is going to our finals. Let's see. Big amount of knockup comes up. Tries to make it happen. Not going to make it go. Again, Baron being aggroed by Yasuo. Let's see what they can make happen.
I think a big team fight's about to come out here.
Again, it's a 4v5 at the moment. Gotta be careful. There's the 5th member of red side. Now blue side starting to group up. Shyvana on that side. She ults over the wall.
Now she's forced to go back.
Again, that Iceborne Gauntlet really starts to slow you down from Ezreal. Let's see how this is going to play out.
Alright, ping is made for the Elder Dragon.
Alright, ping is being made, and if red side gets this, they have to be careful. Again, this could be another situation where one team leads on objectives and just runs it down mid. Again, if they get a big wave. Again, they have a big bot wave starting to form too. But really, all that matters is that mid wave and stalling it out, because it will push over time.
Yeah, we see GDADS here backing away from the Elder Dragon, but they have a ward there, so they're able to just converge if they need to.
Again, all of them are down in red side. They might just try and make something happen. Again, they're starting to move over to the Baron. They might just go ahead and try and take this Baron.
Oh, I wonder if they want to trade the Elder Dragon or not.
They're not. They're
Well,
going to try and stop this Baron attempt. Again, it does give them a lot of pushing power, but at what cost? This might cost them here.
Okay, Shyvana has to wait, Nautilus has to wait. They have to be very patient with this one.
Again, there's no wards in there, though. They need to get a ward down. And all the ward trinkets are off cooldown. The only one with a ward is Soraka. Nautilus almost getting caught out here. He is walking he's walking slow. He should be able to get out.
Well, we're kind of lagging behind though, so if this fight happens right now, it could be a 4v5.
Again, Soraka getting poked there, and they're trying to poke him off, so.
Alright, so we're just gonna back up.
But look at this mid lane. Look at the minions coming into the base. Again, red, they have to back off and let this Baron go. Tristana is trying to make it happen. They're going to make the call to go for Baron.
It has to be a steal here.
Has
This
to
red
be
team wants
steal.
to stay alive.
Actually, the turret went down. The Nexus is taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, trying to make something happen. Shyvana gets caught out there. That might be it. Again, Baron is still going. Again, Anivia is right there, taking down. It's going to be a blue secure.
And now they have to defend here. They have no more Nexus turrets. They have to get rid of these super minions. They have to defend.
How will this go? Tristana trying her best to try and keep this game alive, but that's a lot of minions. And here they come. Again, coming through that mid lane.
All right, they gotta make sure they don't use all their abilities just to clear these minions. And now they have to fight.
All right, so let's see. Only the Nexus stands. It's a 4v5. How are they going to make it? Again, ult comes out from Nautilus. Going to jump away there. Again, Nexus taking it down, though. Wish is going to come out, but it doesn't heal the Nexus. And blue side going to take this one.
All right, so in your finals, it's going to be the GDADS versus Team 2.
And with that, we're going to start setting up for our final. Again, stick around, guys. We shouldn't be too long. We already have one of the teams here. And we'll get set up here as we go into our final of the day. Now, day went by fast.
Oh, yeah.
It went by really fast. We'll be right back, guys, after this quick break.
Walk away. Yeah, you